Good morning. Welcome to Ramblings with Joe. This is my second take. One of the disadvantages about technology that we have today is when you're using a new program, sometimes the program's not ready for prime time. I'm giving this program that I used to make this video a second chance right now. And I'm hoping that it's recording this time because I got a total of about 3 seconds on my last recording. Anyway, I did about a 20-minute podcast. This one's not going to be that long because I have to go to work this morning. But I am going to talk about the ICE situation in Minnesota. More importantly, the ICE situation nationwide. What this has brought to the forefront of my mind, these two tragedies, is the Democrats are destroying democracy. Let me explain. Because you would think their namesake would kind of lend toward them being better guardians of democracy, but they're not. They are absolutely destroying democracy. And here's my logic in that. In 2024, we had an election. In 2024, Donald Trump won the election. He had some mandates that came with that win. Also, Congress was won by the Republicans. So you can argue this point, but the truth is they have a mandate. And one of the mandates that they brought forth with that election win is deporting illegal aliens. It's a harsh thing, but here's the truth and what happened. They lost the election. Donald Trump came into office, and almost immediately he shut down the southern border. This did two things. Number one, it stopped illegal immigrants from coming through on that route, and number two, it showed that the ability for the government to actually shut down the southern border exists. And the Democrats just didn't care to do it. So they allowed millions of illegal aliens to cross the border and then released them. So Donald Trump won the election. He shut down the southern border and he started to deport illegal aliens. Democracy would dictate that the Democratic Party would allow this to happen. They are the defenders of democracy. Are you not? Instead, we have 23 blue states, Democratic states, who have decided to buck democracy. They have decided that democracy doesn't apply in this case. In this case, they have decided that they want what they want, and they're throwing a tantrum. And this tantrum that the leadership of the Democratic Party is throwing is costing people their lives. Your leaders, lead. Explain to your constituents that you lost the election and that your policies cannot be enacted until you win an election. So 23 states out of 50 have decided to be sanctuary-style states. Let me explain what that means. That means we have illegal aliens. They have broken the law. They are here against the will of the people and against the law. But those 23 states are saying, we don't care. We're going to be safe havens for these criminals. You don't like that you don't like that they're called criminals. I get it. These are human beings. These are people that must be treated with the dignity and respect of the species. And they should be. And I think ICE is doing a horrendous job in the blue states of doing this. In the red states, 27 of them, they have zero issues. They're not having problems deporting illegal aliens in these states. It's just in the states that are throwing a tantrum that they're having problems. So obviously the forefront of this is Minnesota. And in Minnesota, sanctuary state, sanctuary cities, they have decided to buck the rule of law and to buck democracy. They are destroying democracy, and they are setting a precedent that says within your state, if you don't like the national results of an election, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's what they're doing. It is horrible that 2 people have died. I lay this at the feet of the Democratic Party, of the Democratic leadership. You did this. You allowed the idea that it is okay to protest violently and obstruct law enforcement officers. That's what you did. You said this is okay, either through your actions by some or your inactions by others. Lead. You are a Democratic Party. That's the name of your party. You're Democrats. Lead. Explain to your constituents that this is how the rule of law works, and this is how what you consider a democracy works. I am not a pro-democracy individual. I am a rule of law individual. I think that the country should be run by a rule of law. We have representatives in a representative republic. We democratically elect those representatives, and we hope and through debates, when we can have them openly, we try and pick the best leaders. But then they are the leaders. They lead through the republic system. Democrats are destroying democracy. I've got 3 Ds here: democracy, destruction, and deployment. So with the Democrats destroying democracy, the president, by mandate, has to deploy troops. That's not the right word. Has to deploy law enforcement, federal law enforcement, to protect that democracy. And you're saying, no, you don't want that democracy protected. You want to do what you want to do. Federal law be damned. That's where you're at. 23 states, 23 are fighting against the rule of law. That's what you're doing. And as leaders, that's what you're asking your constituents to do. Fight the rule of law. It's horrible. What you're doing is horrible. You can lead. Instead, what you're trying to do is make sure that you have those numbers come census time. When the federal census is taken, you're going to ensure that these people are counted so that you can increase your congressional representatives so that you have the power you desire. And you're okay with these people being killed, or else you would say this was democratically decided and we have to abide by the law. Instead, you're saying, the law be damned, we're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to provide a safe haven for criminals within our city and state. Prove me wrong. That's what everybody seems to be saying at this point, but I'm telling you outright, that's what's happening. And you should be ashamed of yourselves. What you're doing is wrong. You're not being advocates for human treatment of illegal aliens. You're being advocates of power. And that's what you're wanting, and it's very evident, and the right sees it, and the left is following your marching orders. So these 2 deaths are laid at the feet of the Democratic leadership. There it is, point blank. And what you've done is horrible, both to your constituency and to the country as a whole. You lost an election. Accept the results. Do better. Find a way to resolve the situation in your favor through the system, through peaceful rebellion at the ballot box. Short of that, well, I am loath to use the word insurrectionist because it has been so abused. But short of working through the system at the election box, I think that you are verging on that point. The law enforcement has to do their job. You might even say they took a sworn oath to do their job. Stop destroying democracy. Start leading. Come together with the federal law enforcement and figure out a way to do this peacefully so that the illegal immigrants who are part of our human species can be treated with the dignity and respect that all humans deserve during their deportation. The people spoke. It's your job as leaders to listen. Yesterday, I didn't go to work because I got to spend the day with the wife, which is just, That's my heart song. That's where I love to be. And I enjoyed it, and it was a good day. Today I'm going to go and I'm going to work, and I'm going to have another good day. And I think that you too can go out and have a good day. Put the politics behind you. Go out and do your job and really, really kick it in the teeth. Make this your day. Make someone else smile. Smile yourself. And if you do that enough, when you come home, you'll have had a good day. And you'll have found peace, love, and dream. Until next time, lahi throat.